What's up, JR Noble here. I'm here at the M Resort Hotel. I'm actually here for a DJ gig. I'm on the road and I wanted to make some music, so I wanted to kind of show my process for if you're on the road, you know, what can you do to still be in the zone, even in a new space, because I know sometimes it's really awesome to kind of be in our own space. We kind of create the vibe that we want, but what about when you're on the road and you want to make some music? How do you get into that vibe? How do you get into that zone? So I'm going to make a track and see what comes out here today, just in this new space. I'm also on a bit of a time crunch. I need to be at the event by like 3 o'clock to start getting set up, so we'll see just how much I can get done in that time, starting from scratch basically. I'm going to grab this 4-bar E-flat major chord progression, and I'm just going to take out one of the chords and duplicate it so that way it's not the same 4 bars over and over. Now the initial chord rhythm I'm hearing in my head is dun 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 dun. So I'm just going to go in and edit all the MIDI notes instead of playing it in. It's going to be a little bit easier. Now I'm just going to add in some snaps so we don't have to sit here and listen to that boring metronome over and over again. Now I'll add in percussion and drums to keep building on that initial rhythm idea. That initial 8th note pattern is a really lame idea, so we're going to change it up a bit. Ooh, I like that sound. And go with your gut. If something piques your interest, use it. All right, now we'll just repeat that for the entire loop. And I do want to give it something to kind of keep it driving forward and make it feel upbeat, so I'm going to add this percussion in here with an 8th note pattern. All right, so I'm going to add these hi-hats in here. I'm going to do a 16th note pattern to make it feel like it's moving a little bit faster, but I'm also going to add in this other hi-hat sound to give it a bit of an accent so it doesn't sound super lame and like just a straight 16th note pattern with the same hi-hat the whole time. So accent patterns are great to kind of give things a little bit more movement, especially for creating rhythms. Shout out to Echo Soundworks for the dope percussion samples. Now it feels a bit slow, so I'm going to go to the global tempo and we're going to speed it up a bit. That feels better. All right, now it's time to add in a kick pattern. And the reason I did the percussion first is because I found that sometimes what I end up doing is if I start with kick, I'll add in too much kick. So by adding the percussion elements in there, I actually won't feel the need to add in too many kicks. All right, so we'll finish out that kick pattern. Now we'll go back to that click that I originally added in there, and I'm just going to use it for some filler kind of sounds here. Alright, so I'm feeling pretty good with where things are at right now. I've got a good start to everything. It's kind of bumping, it's grooving. You know, I've got a nice piano kind of chord rhythm going on there. I'm in Vegas, I'm at a hotel. It's kind of like fun, upbeat. It should be like a fun kind of track. So that's kind of what I'm inspired to make right now. So I'm making something kind of fun and groovy. And every good drum pattern needs a good bass to go with it, right? So we're going to add in Serum, and I'm just going to use a basic pulse width or a square wave. And it's always a good idea to make sure that your bass is set to monophonic or one voice. And I'm just going to take the root notes from the piano pattern and add that into the bass line, and then we'll go from there. And we want to add some distortion and compression because that's going to be really crucial in making sure that we can hear the bass. Now we want to add in another layer to really fill out that piano sound. I really like Form a lot lately. It's got a lot of great sounds in there. So I've got this loop idea kind of built out, but I feel like it just needs a good melody in there. And then once I get that in there, then I can start to arrange it out a bit and start to add in the fillers and transitions to kind of keep it interesting throughout the track. Now it's time to add another layer to that lead. Oh yeah, now that really fills it out nicely. So what I'm going to do now is kind of make a rough arrangement. So I'm just going to duplicate this loop section that I created and mute out a bunch of stuff. So we'll start with a lot of the melodic elements and maybe just the snaps as far as the percussion goes. And then as it progresses, we'll add in more instruments.
we've got a nice verse and chorus section going on, but what I want to do is I want to change up the chords and possibly the bass line to make it more interesting and to make it feel like it's not the same thing throughout the entire track. That chord rhythm sounds cool, but I feel like it changes up the chord rhythms a little too much between the verse and the chorus. So I'm actually going to put that towards the end, and we're going to create a chord rhythm pattern that's still pretty similar to the verse section. Now we just need to make some adjustments to the bass line. Okay, so I've got a bit of a rough arrangement going on now, and it definitely needs some like transitions and some fills and things like that to keep it interesting. Maybe even like a bridge or something, some kind of breakdown. I've got another chord progression that I thought might work, but kind of switched up the vibe a little too much. So I might use that for like a little B section or something towards the end just to change things up a bit. I'm just gonna work on adding some fillers and some transition stuff just to kind of make the track sound a little bit more interesting, and we've got kind of a rough arrangement going already, so let's see what else we can do with it to make it more fun. I'm gonna start by adding this pitched snare fill, which is really easy to do. I'm just adding transposition automation inside of the clip envelope.
We're gonna keep it raw. Keep it raw. We're gonna keep it raw.
Now we're going to spice up the track with this little vocal shout that I found. We'll add some reverb to it. Then we'll clean it up with a little bit of EQ and high pass filter. We'll change the pitch to fit with the track. Then we want to drop it into a good spot in the track. And we'll create another layer for it, and we'll change the pitch. So we'll have a high pitch one and a low pitch one. That sounds about right. Next, we'll add another melody. definitely going to change that sound. Next up, we're going to create a reverse piano transition. All you really have to do is pick a really huge reverb, turn it to audio, and then reverse the sample. Then just drop it in where you want to have it. Next, we'll add in some impacts and cymbal crashes to make it sound really flashy. You can layer a reverse cymbal crash on top of that piano swell just to give it a really good lead in into the next section.
It's about lunchtime, so I'm gonna wrap this up and I'm gonna head out and get some food and get ready for the event tonight. So I've got the track pretty much done. It just needs some mixing and mastering, but it's pretty much there. I've got the arrangement down, it's got some transitions, it's got, you know, change ups and added some melodies in there. And so I'm pretty happy with what I came up with. I feel like it kind of fits the vibe of kind of where I'm at, being in Vegas, and, you know, imagining myself going up to the pool and hanging out and all that kind of stuff. And be sure to hit the subscribe button if you liked what you saw here, and drop a comment below, let me know what you liked best about this, so that way I can know what to keep on producing for this channel. So once again, this is JR Noble signing out. Be you, be true, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again soon.